Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Taryn Tats. I'm back with another video. Yeah, I got this in today, part of the Black Friday deal from Vinegar Syndrome. Well, this is from their partner label, DeGasser video. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. DV, I'll just say DV. But yeah, you'll already know what it is by the title of the video. And this today for me is a really, really good day, and especially because this is a movie I have seen many times. I love this movie to death. Um, I remember years back my brother giving it to me on VHS. This is just when, South Park had just come out for a little bit. Well, you already know what it is. It's Cannibal the Musical, written and directed by Trey Parker. Um, but yeah, I can remember, my brother, South Park had just come along a little bit, and my brother had introduced me to it, and I got immediately hooked and instantly became a South Park fan. I think you guys already know that. I mean, hell, I reviewed, like Team America and South Park, bigger, longer, uncut, the 4Ks and stuff. So you guys know I'm a big South Park fan. And you guys already know too. I always get the Blu-rays when those come out. But I remember, like, I just became an instant Trey Parker, Matt Stone fan, and of course, around, then so he got me the VHS, and then I watched it, and even though I loved the movie, the VHS was absolutely horrible quality, and just almost unwatchable. I'm sorry, I mean, but it was like just sorry, trauma VHS tapes, sorry, but still, I had the tape and I watched it, countless times. Then of course also too it helped, like this movie was around, but then they were really, Parker and Stone were really kind of doing their thing. You had basketball came out, South Park, bigger and longer and cut, Orgasmo, like a lot of their great stuff was coming out. So yeah, so had that for a few years. Unfortunately, yeah, the Trauma VHS tape was not very good quality, and honestly, it just didn't last very long. But eventually, Trauma did put it out on DVD, and then later on, they put it out in a 2 disc DVD, and it was like, okay, that was a lot better. It was a much better presentation and everything, and had that for a while, and then. But this was a movie like I always hoped. I will say at first I was hoping for a 4K, but after seeing this, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a movie I'm not really sure, even though this is a 4K restoration, to be truthfully honest with you, I think after you see it, I don't think you're going to really be like, this movie, I don't know if this movie's going to really look very good on a 4K transfer. Like if they did an actual 4K disc for it. I'm not really sure that this is going to look very good. So this is honestly, even if they did put out a 4K disc, I would probably just stop here with this one. But but yeah, I mean, just I was hoping for something. I was hoping like an upgrade to Blu-ray or something, and finally my prayers have been answered, and not just getting on Blu-ray, but there's a beautiful collector's edition of it, and with all this stuff here. I will say though, I'm going to be honest. I love that we got the nice collector's, big box edition of it and everything. But I will say, to be honest with you, I'm really not a fan of this, kind of like coloring book, kind of like kind of like grade school artwork. I'm not really a fan of that, you know. But hey, doesn't matter. I'm still happy. I'm still thrilled to have this, and and they really did go all out for this release, and that, like I said, you got the nice sturdy hard box that this comes in and everything, and this slipcover. Let me tell you, I think this is a badass slipcover. It's like damn, like that's something in a way you want to like display that. Like how cool is that? You know, Even though it's Trey Parker, his acting name in here is Juan Schwat, you know. But then on the back there, look at how cool that is. You know, like that looks good. I like that. That looks awesome. You know, and what does it say here? Cannibal the Musical is the true story of the only person convicted of cannibalism in America, Alfred Packer, the sole survivor of an ill-fated trip to the Colorado Territory. He tells his side of the harrowing tale to news reporter Paulie Pry as he awaits his execution. And his story goes like this. While searching for gold and love in the Colorado Territory, he and his companions lost their way and resorted to unthinkable horrors, including the toe-tapping songs. And this movie is fantastic. This movie is funny. It's great. Even the music. And that's the thing, like even if you're not the biggest fan of musicals, the songs are fun. They're fun to listen to. They're funny and everything else. Um, the song where Packer, Trey Parker's character, is singing about his horse. Your eyes, your smile made my little life worthwhile. There's nothing I couldn't do when I was on top of you. The songs are really fun, and of course, you got Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Dean Bakar. So yeah, this and the humor in here is really great, and all this stuff. There are some things in here, though, like you want to talk about cultural appropriation that would piss a lot of, modern day people off. It's like you got Asians playing Indians. He's even like, we are Indians, and all that. You are assholes, So, but yeah, this movie is great, and this is really really fun. I like that this is a 2 disc set. There you go, and it's pretty much the same. Like I said, I'm just not really a fan of that. That's my only gripe with this release. Is just I'm not really a fan of that kind of like I said, that kind of like coloring book, um, you know, kind of like grade school look. I'm just not really a fan of that. But look at all of that. Look at everything they did for this movie, for this release. My God. And you open it up. Okay, there's your 2 discs. And, that is cool. The one thing I love is like on the second disc, where it's more what they did with, like on the first disc, you have the movie, but it's, it's like a remaster. It's like a 4K master of a 35 millimeter film print, which was taken from the 16 millimeter film print, but was finished on video. And then on the second disc, you have the movie, which is kind of more the more like I think it's taken from the Betamax. I'll read the thing in just a minute, but so it's kind of cool in a way because it's almost like watching the movie on disc one. It's almost like it's like that kind of thing. You know how like you've seen, it doesn't happen often, but you know how like some movies they'll give you that option you can watch like Planet Terror is a good example of this, where you can watch the movie in like you could watch the cleaned up or store version, but they have like basically what they would call like a grindhouse version. That's kind of what they do here. It's like here with the on disc one with the 35 millimeter 4K restoration, it almost looks that way. It looks like a grindhouse version of Cannibal the musical, whereas on disc two, the excuse me, the Betamax print that looks a little bit more cleaned up, but do not expect this movie to look complete. Because this movie, it's an older film. It was like I said, it was shot on 60 millimeter and it was finished on video. So really don't go into this expecting it to look, like digitalized or anything like that. Don't expect it to look as good as like a Marvel film or anything like that. You're not going to get that, you know. But we got the inside artwork here. Let's build the snowman. That's another song. Let's build the snowman. You know, that part was like, funny where they see the little lamb there and, DM Carr's characters, oh man, great. And he starts to undo his pants. It's like, wait a minute, we're going to eat it. And he's like, yeah, I know. I need to take a piss. They thought like he was going to have sex with it. But, but anyway, just, they really did. They gave this the really top tier quality of this. And, and you got the booklet too. Look at that there. And this is the musical. What is this? The diary? I think it's Jason McHugh. What's it say here? Excuse me. Come on. There you go. Trey Parker there with a he pulled at the very beginning. That's one thing that is really really funny. Welcome to the Cannibal Scrapbook by Jason McHugh. That's what it is. You know. But yeah, that was really funny. It's like you get a good joke at the beginning where this little crawl pops up on the screen and it says that Alfred the movie Alfred Packer the musical it did not do well because Oklahoma beat it out, and then here it is, and it says the gore scenes have been edited out for your viewing pleasure, but then the very opening scene of the movie is basically Trey Parker's character going on a kill spree, and he's like ripping guys arm off and beating people to death with it, and he's like breaking Matt Stone's neck, and just blood and gore everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So it's funny that they do that. So some behind the scenes pictures and stuff. There we go. There's a cast and crew there. Yeah. It's really, really cool that Jason McHugh saved all this, and you get this booklet and everything. So yeah. That's the thing, I was hoping, man, I was just holding out hope we would get just like a standard edition of this. I love this here, you got the picture where they're drawing South Park style. The characters are drawn South Park style. That's really cool. How cool is that? On the back there. But yeah, I mean, just wow. I mean, I was just really, really hoping just to even get just a regular standard edition of Cannibal on Blu-ray, but man, to get so much out of this. We're at that point now. I'm gonna try to read this as best I can. I was like, you gotta bear in mind though, I was like, look at all that tiny print, but I'm gonna try. 2-disc region-free Blu-ray collection. That's a nice bonus. They're region-free. Presented in two high bitrate viewing options, a brand new video restoration from the best surviving Betacam tape master, and a brand new 4K restoration from the only surviving film material, a 35mm theatrical film print. Audio options, original 2.0 stereo soundtrack, archival inebriated commentary, in other words, they're drunk. Inebriated commentary with Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Jason McHugh, Dean Bakar, and Andy Kemmler. I think that's how you say it. Archival Colorado commentary with producers Ian Harden and Alexandra Kelly. Costume designer Iki Hellberger. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And actors Robert Murator, John Heigl, and Toddy Walters. And a brand new cast and crew commentary track with Ian Heigl, Alex, and Ian Kelvin. Sorry. Andy Kemmler, Iki Hellberger, Robert Murator, and Toddy Walters. I'm so sorry. I know I'm butchering this stuff. I'm trying. Blu-ray Disc 1 contains the 35mm film source version of Cannibal the Musical with all sound options, along with the following newly produced special features. Let's see. Fudge Packer, the story of Cannibal the Musical, a making-of documentary featuring interviews with the cast and crew. Let's see. 19 and Horny, a brand new interview with actor Dean Bakar. Sorry. Despite all the cannibalism, a brand new featurette on attempting Cannibal the Musical to the stage, or adapting Cannibal the Musical to the stage. Extensive still gallery from producer Jason McHugh's personal archive. Then disc 2 contains the tape source version of Cannibal the Musical with all sound options. What's fun about that is like when you put the disc in, and the menu shows up, it says insert videotape. So I think VHS enthusiasts will love that part. Along with the following archival special features, interviews from the 2008 Trauma DVD with Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Jason McHugh, a traumatic visit with the creators of Cannibal the Musical, an archival featurette with Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Jason McHugh, behind-the-scenes footage, various trauma introductions, original Alfred Packer the musical and Cannibal the musical trailers, deleted scene, archival gallery, alternate Alfred Packer the musical title sequence, South Park and Cannibal the musical VHS promo video, Cannibal the musical close-ups, a look at homegrown productions, compiled footage from Cannibal the musical stage productions, Lloyd Kaufman live on stage in the production of Cannibal the musical, inside um, inside sleeve artwork, and English SDH subtitles. So so you get a ton of stuff, you know. I mean, you get everything you could possibly want. You know, it's like, oh man. And but like I said, you know, this is an amazing addition. The movie itself is awesome. If you're a South Park fan, you love Trey Parker and Matt Stone's work, I definitely recommend getting this. You're not going to be even if you're not a fan of musicals. If you've seen South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, you kind of already know what you're getting with a movie like this. Even though the movie is nowhere near as, I mean, this is very clean. This is pretty tame compared to like South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the movie. I promise you that. Um, but it's this movie is absolutely hilarious. If you're a Trey Parker, Matt Stone fan, you're definitely gonna want this. And like I said, I am just today. I am over the moon. Like Christmas come early, and you know, and it's kind of fitting in a way because, like I said, you know, like the very first time I was able to see Cannibal the musical was around Christmas time because my brother bought me the VHS copy of it, and so here we are, all these years later. Like I said, the picture quality does look rough because you know, like what I said about the transfers. Um, but you know, there is a charm to it, especially on disc one. The way it looks, like I said, it looks very much like almost like you're looking at a really, really run down like film print of it. Like a film print that has definitely made its way through the theaters and stuff like that. And so there is a charm to it, the way it looks. And like I said, it's almost like watching like a grindhouse version of the movie. And you know, yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy overall. This is the best I think it's ever looked. It's probably the best it's gonna look. Like I said though, even though the it is a four there is a 4K master of it. This is a movie, to be truthfully honest with you, I think after looking at the 4K restoration, I'm not sure. Even if they did put this on 4K, I don't think that this would look very good on a 4K disc. I could be wrong, but I just think like it would look, yeah, it would look pretty rough. Because like I said, the disc one, it looks like a kind of like a rough, grindhouse version of the movie almost. So I don't know. I think this would probably be the best. Just stick with this, But but yeah. But like I said, don't expect it to look, cleaned up and bright and digitized or any of that kind of stuff. Shot on 60 millimeter, you're not going to get that. But absolutely. I mean, if there's any chance you can get your hands on this, you're going to get your. I do not feel cheated at all. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth out of this. I feel like, like I said, to me, this is a prayer that's been answered. A great movie, a very funny movie. And like I said, even I'm not the world's biggest fan of musicals, but damn, this is so nice to finally have something like this. This movie that I love in a great, collector's edition. Oh yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about. And this is a movie, I've watched this movie more times than I care to count, and I plan to watch it more times than I care to count, especially now with this new version. And can't wait to dive into all the extra bonus features and everything. But yeah, so, oh man, look at that too, beautiful lettering on there and everything. Nice. So anyway, so that's going to do it. So if anybody took the time to watch this video, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I also hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you mind leaving a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Take care, my boils and ghouls. See you all later.